Let court staff in first these days, just to get y'all oriented. Oh, making sure we're live. Let court staff in first these days. Shirley, are you in the meeting? Because it doesn't show me that you're in the meeting. Okay. Sorry.
It says as Bush.
No, I know it doesn't show you at all on the Zoom. I see you and I know. Okay, let's see. We've got Bolden, Martinez, Hughes is in, Hernandez is in, someone named Elaine. Garcia is in. Debbie G. That's never good. Daddy Wonka. Colleen Brennan. Williams. I don't see. You'll recognize who attorney Bridget Williams is representing.
She's probably representing this Ralph Wade. And, yes, she's representing Ralph Wade.
Okay.
On the open court docket.
Okay. Missing a few people. Just admit all. Good morning. My name is Judge Person. Folks will be logging in as we speak. And I am welcoming you to the Temple Municipal Court. Thank you for being in court today. We are committed to working with you today. I'll ask everyone to stay on mute until it's your turn, but then you will have an opportunity to unmute and speak with me. In the courtroom also under N. Warren is the city's attorney, Ms. Nicole Warren. Ms. Warren represents the state of Texas in the cases that come before the court. So some of you are here for a pretrial, which is a meeting with Ms. Warren, and that is a breakout additional room. And if you're in that group, and right now I have last name cases on the last name are Bolden, Castillo, Gamboa, Garza, Good, Pelawata, and Staten. And for those folks, you'll be invited to go into that meeting and we'll do one person at a time, okay? I would also, as I speak, it would help you, I think, it would invite you. Yes, so I've got someone I can't hear. Make sure that you're connecting to your audio. It will help you. You won't be able to hear us. And of course you can't hear that, but I'll put that to everyone. And that, let's see. Yeah, okay, she sent that out to everybody. I can see she's trying to work on it. Let's see. There we go. So I see folks that I can't identify. Person named Daddy Wonka. What's your name, please? Unmute, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me your name, please.
Joel Oakley.
Oakley, Mr. Oakley. For purposes of this meeting, we're going to put your name as Joel Oakley in the bottom so that I don't lose track of you.
This ain't even my computer.
Right, it won't change anything on your computer. But I can't call you that.
On my parents. I know. My friends.
Yeah, I don't need an explanation. I'm just going to keep that name. And a lady named Elaine, and she wrote in. I'm looking for you. Yeah, you're going to have to unmute and tell me who you are.
I'm Elaine Gamboa.
Okay, gotcha, Ms. Gamboa. I didn't catch it because you're Gamboa Wortham in our records.
Yes, it used to be Gamboa Wortham, so yes.
If you have a name change on your license, we'll want to get that from you and change that name. But I'll just change your name here so that I won't lose track of you. Thank you. And people keep unmuting themselves, please. Just leave yourself muted until it's your turn. And then I had someone named Williams. Let's see. Oh, that's the attorney. I believe, Ms. Williams, you were representing Raphael Wade.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
Okay. And you are on the general docket, not on the pretrial docket. Right?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
I don't know.
They, we've already done a deferral. We're just here for the sentencing.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, Ms. Hughes, what you need to do is just wait for your turn.
I don't.
Stay muted, ma'am. Yeah. Attorney Williams,
Yes, ma'am.
is the request for a deferred?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, are you assuming you can print that in your email? We normally do deferreds. Let me get that case pulled real quickly. And that'll allow me to teach that to the remaining group. So a deferral is a sentencing option that you can sometimes be granted. And in the case, this particular case, I needed some clarification. Everybody please stay on mute. It's really hard to talk when I hear like your fan and things like that. And I'll unmute you when it's your turn. Okay. So deferrals allow for dismissals, and there are actually 4 ways to gain a dismissal from a judge in a court like this one. Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to ask you to put a shirt on, please, or I'll remove you from the meeting. So let me back up. When you're given a ticket or issued a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for gaining, being accused of something. That is what a ticket is. It is an accusation. When you give a plea or an answer, you're giving your answer to that accusation. There are 3 options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. And we are presumed not guilty. When you enter a plea, you are giving your answer. So the options are, again, not guilty, guilty, or no contest. If you plead guilty, you're admitting that offense. You're just saying, I did this. No contest, you're allowing me to sentence you without admitting or denying the offense. And then if you plead not guilty, you're just asking that the state prove that case against you. And that is a trial. So ultimately, in the end, when you plead not guilty, you're maintaining your innocence, but you're also requesting a trial, okay? If you plead guilty or no contest, we're heading to sentencing. And I have some options available for you. If you plead not guilty, you're heading to trial, and we move that case to the pretrial docket, which is meeting today on Zoom. And then there is, if the case remains unresolved, we have a live hearing that is scheduled. It should already have been scheduled for you. We'll remind you of that date shortly after your pretrial, if that's still a go, okay? So moving forward now, guilty or no contest, let me talk to you quickly about your options that you have available. One is if you have something that can be brought up to date and dismissed. Those are things like equipment violations. Those are called compliance dismissals. And you can ask me about that option, but if you have something that is a compliance dismissal, I will actually start looking to see if you're eligible to gain that dismissal. And if you're qualified, I'll let you know. But again, you can ask about it. I'm not going to wait for your question, though. I'm just going to move forward, okay? The second option is if you have a moving violation under Texas law, you can ask for or you can receive a driver safety course option. And on those, that'll require that you be on time to court, have the right kind of license, have proof of insurance, and be on time. You can't have gone in the last 12 months for purposes of getting a ticket dismissed. So if you've already been to a class recently or within the last 12 months, dating from the date of your ticket this time to the last time you took a class, you're not going to be eligible. I'll walk you through those details, see if you're qualified, okay? If you start out by being on time. And what we'll do then is if you want to do that option, you pay the court costs, you don't pay the fines, you turn in a class, you turn in a driving record, and you gain a dismissal. So let me back up a little bit. Every ticket has a court cost and a fine, okay? In the driver safety course option, you're paying the court cost, but not the fine. The fine just goes on hold. And you turn in a class and you turn in your driving record, and I dismiss your case. And that fine that was on hold, if you've completed the process, I waive that fine. And it is cheaper to do the driver safety course option if you're eligible than to simply pay the ticket. But the benefit besides saving money is that you keep it off your record. The reason that we do that is because we know those classes actually make people a much safer driver, at least for a period of time. And that's beneficial for everyone. That's a public interest concern. That is a justice concern. And so we promote it, okay? You do have to be eligible for that program. I'll walk you through those requirements and see if you're eligible. If you're on the pretrial docket, you've waived that option. Sometimes the state will allow that option again, but that would have to come as a recommendation through them at this point, okay? So be aware of that. And she doesn't have to recommend that, Ms. Warren, but you can request and ask if she's willing, if you're looking at wanting to do that. Because you're supposed to request it at your first appearance, okay? That's the second option, and I can do that directly with you if you're currently qualified. Third way to gain a dismissal would be to do a deferred disposition, which the attorney is requesting for her client, and I'll discuss that with that attorney shortly when it's their turn. But I'm glad to know of the request. There may be some options in there. With a deferred disposition, what's happening there is you are gaining a dismissal after what kind of looks like probation. It's not legally probation. We don't have a probation officer. You'll be given some terms and conditions to meet. And if you meet them, then we dismiss your offense. So if I grant it, and you can ask, as the attorney knows, and she already made that request because she knows this, you can enter a plea and make a request for a deferred. So you can plead guilty or no contest and ask a Class C court judge to look at a deferred option for you without having a pretrial, okay? And I tell people that because sometimes well-meaning friends will give you some advice and say, oh, you've got to get a deferred from a prosecutor. That's true if you're in a county court or a district court on a Class B or greater. But in Texas, on a Class C, you can ask the judge directly. So that's what you would do at the time that you enter your plea, because that's the time when I can grant it. And it'll be anywhere from 4 to 6 months. We have to sort out payment, which is individual for each person's situation. And then sometimes there's a class or a record that I need or something of that nature. And at the end of the deferral period, if you've done all the things that we're going to list in your document, which I will need a signature for today, then you gain a dismissal, okay? So guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. That's how you ask for that, okay? And then the fourth option is if you qualify because you're a student, you qualify for teen court. We're talking high school and below, not college, okay? And if you do teen court, it looks very similar to a deferred, but the cost burden is more on the student than on the family. And family might need to be helpful, but we try to shift the responsibility to the young person because that's who needs to gain the lesson and not reoffend, okay? And then there is a fifth option, and that is if Ms. Warren recommends a dismissal. And that doesn't happen a lot, and I will usually grant those if she makes that request. And I certainly can't bind her to that. But now you know the 5 ways that a case can be dismissed in a Class C court unless you go to trial. And if the jury sides with you or disagrees with the state, then that's a win for you. So that's the 6th option. There aren't hidden options. We don't have other things that we do just with friends that we know or people who know the right things to say. And I say that because I think it really concerns people a lot. They wonder, what if I'm doing this wrong? What if I don't know the right way to say it? And I'll find out later there was some option I never heard of. But the fact is, you logged in today, you came to court, and I feel like that's, you're the prime group that cares enough about it to find out what are my options. And so just making sure that you know those options. So we will, with all of that explanation, the first thing I'm going to do, and there's one more person who joined us. We were already started. And ma'am, with I think you have on a hat maybe, or head covering, and a yellow jacket, and you're just named iPhone. And I just sent you a request to unmute yourself for a moment and let me know your name.
My name is Devika. I am Callum Pelawat's wife. He doesn't have the phone to connect with you. So he told me to talk to you.
Yeah, I can't talk to you and you can't talk on his behalf. The cases are filed against him. So what he'll need to do is come by the court.
Okay.
Or email the court and give me the legal reason why he did not honor his court date today.
Okay.
And I will decide whether I reschedule him or issue a warrant for his arrest for not showing up. So if you can get him on, I'll give you 5 minutes. But this is his court date, and I don't have a lot of patience for that.
Can he come over there? He has to come today if he want to come.
All he would be doing is coming here to fill out a form and get reset. He can email that in. And we know he can email that in because we emailed you the link to this meeting today.
Yes.
So he needs to, is he sick?
No, he has to do some work. He doesn't know how to connect. He's not at home. How to
If
connect?
he doesn't know how to connect, you know how to connect and you can help him. Get him on the meeting. He needs to come to this meeting now so that he doesn't get arrested.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. He needs to handle this. This is not your case. And if he doesn't know how to log in, you do. And he needs to just come and do that with you.
Okay.
Mr. Pelawata's wife. So I cannot count Mr. Pelawata here. Okay. And he has many cases before the court. If I see him in the next half hour on your screen, great. If he's not going to bother, then he can make a request to change the date, but I needed that 3 days ago. So just be aware of that because that's an ongoing pattern with him, that he does not take court seriously or his responsibilities seriously. And I will therefore give him as much courtesy as he's given the court today, which is 0. Okay. He needs to put that in writing if there's a real reason, but that he had something else scheduled. This has been scheduled for quite some time. And not knowing how to do it, you know how to do it. Everybody else here figured it out. Okay. So if you want to try to get him on your screen, fine. If not, I'll just count him absent and we'll go on into warrant. Okay, so I'm on that docket. We're going to start with Samuel Bolden. And Mr. Bolden, you'll need to be visibly on the screen if possible. Please start video. That may have gone to your. There you go. Thank you, sir. And what I do now is create a breakout room. And Mr. Bolden, you'll get an invite. And that's a room where you can talk to, okay, not. There we go. You'll get an invitation to join that room, and you can have, Ms. Warren has some things prepared that she can apprise you about regarding the state's position. But when you're finished with that conversation, you'll be coming back into this room.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Okay, and then I'm going to begin with the Wade case because actually that attorney was here at the beginning. And there you are, Ms. Williams. Thank you, ma'am. I'll ask you to unmute. Thank you. Let me just re-review this. I did review it. Are some of these on pretrial? Oh, I'm sorry, that's Golden.
The insurance and then the application for payment arrangements.
Okay. So Ms. Williams,
Yes,
good
ma'am.
morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
The same. I do see for Mr. Wade, he submitted insurance. It doesn't cover, these are older cases.
Mhm.
And he did not submit anything that covered the time of the stop. Of course, I always look for that compliance possibility first. But these are current, which is good for a different process. But before we get there, do you know, is it possible that he was insured at the time he was stopped?
No, ma'am, he was not. We submitted that current insurance because the prosecutor requested it as a.
Yes, yes. And they were in a pretrial process?
They did file last time.
Okay. Okay, and my notes are from that, right? Oh, I remember now. Right, the insurance will cover the deferral period.
Yes, ma'am.
And she was going to dismiss violate the promise to appear.
Mhm.
And y'all were asking for deferred on the inspection, which kind of doesn't make a big difference, but I will grant it. And the insurance is what we needed. I'm now on the same page. I remember the conversation. Do we have that dismissal? I thought we might have it in the file. I wasn't going to sign it till I got everything in. And Mr. Wade right now is looking for employment. Is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay. And so I would order community service because he doesn't have the resources to make payment. Let me calculate those hours real quickly. Okay. I think the prosecutor is going to send over, because the case had gone to warrant, we really wanted, when I spoke with whomever I spoke with last time, I just wanted to make sure we were going to clear everything before we cleared any of them, right?
Yes,
Because that's my goal from a justice standpoint. I just want to get back to a more efficient handling of this case and have it moving. So I will grant deferred on the inspection and on the insurance. And I will sign the dismissal when it comes forward from the prosecutor. And the number of hours for both cases combined is 43 hours. We will email that deferred. And there is a signature for your client to sign. Are you in touch with him?
I am.
He'll need to sign it. It just says if he's working and he chooses Temple off the list, then, we will, it must be a nonprofit, okay?
Okay.
Ms. Hughes, I don't know, but you keep putting okay, you're trying to hear, right? Okay. I think I'll work with her in a moment. But she's struggling with her system. Okay, so Ms. Williams, what I'll do is go ahead and we'll email that deferred over to you along with that paperwork for community service. Is he in Killeen or is he you're in the Dallas area?
Yes,
he-
ma'am, we're in Dallas.
Okay, is he in the Dallas area now?
Yes, ma'am, he is.
Okay, so we'll need a change of address too for him as well.
Okay.
Because we still have him in Killeen. And,
I can email it.
sorry?
I can email it to the court coordinator.
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then really all we need is signatures on the paperwork today. I'm giving 60 days to do the community service at any nonprofit in the state of Texas.
Excellent.
And the other standard conditions are no warrants, no failures to appear, show up on time, which means turning in documents and paperwork on time. We're down to just the hours because we already have the insurance. Yeah. So we'll get that over to you. It may give us a few minutes. We've got a number of people to see today, but it should be this morning. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You can give us a call if if there's some kind of issue, or email the court.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Any questions?
No, ma'am, I'm just gonna get this, the address emailed over, and I think I'll just wait on y'all's email from there.
Yeah, it's a 120-day deferral.
Okay.
Sorry? Okay, sure. We were training folks this morning, so there's a lot more talk than there usually is. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, permit may be excused.
You may, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that takes care of the Wade case. We'll get the paperwork over to those folks and get it back today. On the Martinez case, Ms. Martinez, I'm going to ask you to unmute. Good morning. And let me get your case pulled up. So, ma'am, we had teen court and you paid your fees and then didn't do anything that you promised to do. So what's happened?
I don't have like a good excuse, but
Okay.
I go to school in the morning and then I work straight after school from 9:30 to 9:30.
7 days a week?
Like 5 days a week, and then when I'm not at work, then I'm just at my sister's house in Waco.
Right. We ordered an online class. I don't see that there's an excuse for that. You want to just
I
get
don't
okay? Sorry?
Huh?
What did you say? Where's your parent?
Right
I'm
here.
right here, Mom.
Okay. Well, I mean, the whole purpose of teen court was for you to get busy and get safer. We clearly aren't going to tame that process, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're not committed to it. You didn't do anything. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to order that you pay $25 a month
Okay.
with your hard-earned hours, but you're going to need to come by the court today, fill out a paper that is your income information, and set up a payment plan.
Okay.
I'm entering a conviction, and we'll just do payments at that point, and maybe you can learn from that. Don't drive unless you're lawful. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mom, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Your totals are $455. Money you could have saved if you'd done some work. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
It will go up a slight amount because it will obviously take more than 30 days to make payment. The clerk will have the final totals. We need you here today so that we don't have to start taking collection efforts against you. Okay?
Okay, and like, can I pay it all at once?
Yes, you can pay it all at once.
Okay.
And what I'll tell you there is the clerk has more information about that.
Okay.
So can you head on over now?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see you in the lobby soon. Thank
Okay,
you.
thanks.
Thank you.
That really highlights a very important thing for everyone. If you undergo a negotiation to do something that benefits you and you decide that you don't care enough about it, you can simply just pay online. These are all things that benefit you. The only reason I do them is for your benefit. If that's not really significant to you, I get it. Some people have more money than they have time, and they don't want to bother with keeping something off their record or saving money. And, we can accommodate that. This is all for people who are interested in helping themselves. I do need to admit someone and find out, frankly, who they are. Good morning. I just brought you into the meeting. Person with the phone number ending in 919. Could you please state your name? Your name, please. Good morning. On the phone. What
Good
is your
morning.
name, please?
My name is Kalum Palawata.
Oh, Mr. Pelawata, you're going to need to get
Yep.
online. You're going to need to get online on the link that we sent to you.
Judge, I'm sorry, I'm not disrespecting you, court system. I was there to also to get right information. I'm in a job
Yeah.
site in
The
Saline.
way that we're going to do this, Mr. Pelawata, your wife
Yes.
logged in. Your wife logged in earlier on the meeting. You need
Yeah.
to go get logged on into the meeting like she did. If you don't know how to do it, get her to help you.
I'm not in the home. I'm in a job site in Saline. That's why I thought yesterday I came to the court and I asked the clerk, can I do it in the job site? She said yes, but I don't know how to get things done. I'm not computer savvy, and
We can
but
try
I can
that.
come over
We
there
can
if you want
try
me
it,
to.
sir. We can try by phone. My experience with you is that is not effective. We'll try. But if it's not effective, then you're going to have to reschedule and actually make time for court. You have a number of cases pending against you, and you have so far proven yourself willing to waste the court's time frequently. So I will not have patience for that anymore. If Ms. Warren is capable of communicating with you when it's your turn, then I will give her that opportunity. So just stay on mute. You need to stay in this meeting, Mr. Pelawata, and not leave this meeting and wait for your turn like everybody else here has to do. Ms. Warren, Mr. Bolden, let's visit.
Your Honor, Mr. Bolden did change his plea to no contest. He has a CDL, so he does not qualify to have the ticket deferred. But I did reduce his fine to $50.
Okay.
And his costs are $159. And
Okay.
he stated he could pay the full amount today.
Okay. Let's see. I would assume, sir, that you're going to pay online or by phone. Is that right?
Whichever is easier for you.
It's all easier for me. It's what we do.
Okay.
The real question is what works for you. And where I'm really going with this is to let you know, give us a little bit of time, maybe 30 minutes or so, to get that reduction reflected in the record so that you don't pay the wrong amount. What I would suggest is in about 30 minutes, call the clerk, make sure it's at the number that you think that it should be, and then you can discuss with them how to make payment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any questions, Mr. Bolden?
No. Well, actually, so when I call the clerk, is it the Temple office?
Yes, that same number that you would have already, it's on the ticket. And the number is, I don't call it very often. So the number is 298-5687. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Any further questions?
That would be all, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. That's just a reduction by recommendation. Ms. Warren, Mr. Pelawata is not next. Your next person is actually Nicole Hughes. And Ms. Hughes, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to start your video and ask you to unmute. And then what you're going to get is an invitation to join Ms. Warren in a meeting, and y'all can have a discussion there. Okay. All right. And then Ms. Warren, I wanted to let you know that Mr. Pelawata appeared by phone. I told him we were willing to try to do that with him, that it has not been effective in the past. And I did let him know he has a number of cases with this court, and he has shown over time a consistent unwillingness to do what needs to happen to really resolve cases through the court, but that I would allow you to give that a try. And if not, he's going to have to get into a video meeting. The clerk told him that he could appear by phone, and that's generally true, but I have found with him, it's not very effective. If you're able to make gains on that front, that's great. When it's his turn, he's got to wait like everybody else. but I'll allow him to try that today. And if not, I'll reschedule him without delaying his final date. But at that front, he'll be required to be by video if it can't be effective. So when it's his turn, I just need you to know, I've put a stipulation there that it not be needlessly frustrating, because that's even just saying that to him and getting him to understand it was incredibly frustrating. So
Your Honor, I think you said that my next person was Miss Hughes. I don't see her now on the screen, but I also
she's in the breakout room.
Okay, and I don't see her on my docket.
Oh, forgive me. I looked at the wrong thing. If you would, can you let her know to come back in the room? I had the wrong list in front of me. Your next, sorry about that. Dominique Garcia is your next person. Apologies.
I'll send her back.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Garcia, I'm actually going to send you the invitation. It's actually your turn.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I had the wrong list pulled up. Okay, my next person is Ms. Hughes, and I will work with her when she comes back in. She's finding out that I made a mistake. I run 2 dockets, and sometimes I get turned around. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to manually move her. Miss Hughes? Miss Hughes?
Yes, ma'am.
My apologies, ma'am. I made a mistake and misidentified you on the wrong list. But it is your turn. And so
Yes,
I'm going to
ma'am.
ask.
I apologize. I kept moving. The speaker is very, very low. So I was just trying to hear you because it's very low. My volume's all the way up. So I apologize.
Well, and no apology needed. What I want to let you know is when you move around, it doesn't bother me so much as it challenges your computer to have to do even more. And sometimes what you'll notice is sometimes you'll notice that the quality gets even more difficult to so just give me one moment. She told him 150.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I don't know what happened with Miss Warren. I think she added me to you.
I added you to me.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Don't worry. She knows what happened. So
okay, great. Okay.
I
don't want to warrant. Just trying to make sure I'm here. Okay.
Yeah, you're here. We definitely see you. So what I received from you was a payment application, but no plea. So I want to back up and just make sure we're on the same page. So the first thing is a speeding charge from January 26th of 2021. And it has fines and costs that would total $254 if they were paid at the window, as they say. How are you pleading to the charge of speeding?
I guess I was just trying to plead no contest.
Okay. And then there's a violation of your license restriction. There's a B restriction on your license.
Yes, ma'am.
Is she on time? Is that something you could get removed from your license?
Yes, ma'am.
That's one of those things that if I give you time, you ought to be able to dismiss and save that money.
Yes, ma'am.
So, and it is hard to, I understand it's difficult to get into DPS at this time. I don't know if you've tried online or not, but what I'm going to tell you is, why don't I give you 30 days? We'll reschedule you to see if you can get that done.
Okay, great. I'm okay with that. Yes, ma'am.
And so we're going to have that paperwork ready for you here in a moment. On the speeding charge, have you been to a driver safety course in the last year? Miss Hughes, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. No, ma'am, I've never been to a driving course.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can extend your case. I can extend your case 30 days if you want to do the driver safety course option and keep that off your record. What I would need in 30 days is payment of your court costs, which are $144, and your insurance and your new license.
Okay, I have the insurance and the license, and I have to
Okay.
pay $144 in 30 days
Yes.
and do the DPS thing, schedule the appointment to fix the restriction.
Right. And see if they might not make you do that. They might make you just do it online. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
You're old enough and you've probably had that license enough that it might be an automatic quick fix. But I'll give you up to 30 days. And if you're still not able to get that done, log in on the meeting anyway, and we'll see what kind of time you need. Okay.
Okay, great. I'm definitely okay with that. Thank you.
Yes. Ms. Hughes, if I email everything over to you, can you print it and sign it and send us a copy back either through a photo on email in or fax?
So if you just send me the email, I can email it back to you?
Yeah, can you print it and sign it and email it back to us? We need a signature on the documents that we're going to send to reschedule you.
Can I go to the, I probably can. I can get it in my email printed out. What if
You
I go
can?
to their way? I can go to the temple place where I went to set up this meeting to sign the paper?
Yeah, you can come to the window. Can you get here before lunch?
Actually, no, ma'am. It would be before 5. I have to take one of my children to a doctor's appointment.
Okay, we'll look for you before 5. We'll have your paperwork at the front.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Get online with DPS. Maybe you can get this done quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
We're
No, ma'am,
delaying
no
your,
questions.
We're delaying your process so you can have a better deal.
Okay, thank you. So you hang up this call and stuff, right? I don't do
I
anything?
am. I'll hang it up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have a great day.
You too, ma'am. Bye-bye. She's just proof that if you work at it, you can get there. She did a fine job. Okay, so Hughes. My next person is Eric Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, I'll be right with you. I see a latecomer. I'm going to get him into the meeting. Mr. Castillo running late to the meeting. I just need to verify why he's running late, but he's on the pretrial docket. Mr. Castillo, good morning. I've asked you to unmute.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to find out why you're 45 minutes late.
I just woke up. I work second shift and I woke up a little too late. I'm sorry, Judge.
Well, if it happens again, I won't allow you to stay in the meeting. But
Yes, ma'am.
as it is your last, and so you'll just have to wait longer, but you need to stay in the meeting, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Okay, I'm going to move on forward then to, let me just cross off some folks. Mr. Hernandez, let me get your file. Good morning, Mr. Hernandez.
Morning.
We do require clothing for court.
Okay.
I had community service due 81 hours, March 29th. Let me just verify that that's what we're talking, the only thing we have to talk about today. Have you been able to complete your hours?
No, ma'am, I haven't.
Why not?
Busy with work, scheduling.
How
I know
many
it's not
hours?
you.
How many hours have you done?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I haven't been able to do none. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been trying. I ain't gonna lie. I told my managers at work, and my manager at work told me that if there was any problem, that she can get in contact with you as far as like being a witness type of thing. And I put her number in the email in case I wanted to get in contact with her or whatever.
Right.
Because she does all the scheduling, and I've been told her ahead of time. When we first talked, I was at work with her already, and I had told her that I got a meeting with the judge, so I can't really just move around and work like that right now. So she was like, "All right, that's fine." And that's when I was talking to you the first time when I was at work. And
Okay, I remember.
I told her what had happened, and she was like, "Oh, okay." And I told her, I said, "Look, you have to take me off a little on the morning schedules. Like you have to schedule me around 4:00 in the afternoon because they only have the community service hours in the mornings at 8:00. Well, the ones that paper that was on that paper that you had gave me, or that I have got, I only seen 8:00 to like 12:30, 1:00.
Where are you? I mean, sometimes people find that they pick one place and then they go, well, that place isn't working out. But the fact is, they could pick another place.
Yeah, I called numerous of them to see how I could set it up. And there was one that I called, I think Keep Temple Beautiful or something like that. Yep. One of them said that they don't do it no more. I don't know if it's Temple Rec and Parks. It's one of them that don't do it.
Well, I know Temple Parks and Rec do it because I got hours from them this week.
Okay.
It could have been Keep Temple Beautiful, but I mean, I'll take it from any nonprofit in the state.
Okay.
I still show that there's a limited ability to make payment, although you have some things in your payment application. For example, you've got high paid, cell phone bills, things that are optional. I could order payment, but it's going to take you a lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm better off doing it like that because community service, especially with my hours at work, it's like they're not working with me right now. It's like I don't know what it is. They don't want to work around me. They were short on staff over there, and then me being one of the top cooks over there. So, it's kind of hard for me to try to fit in anything. Then I'm always working double shifts, and it's all crazy.
Okay.
Well, I told the main manager, his name's Brian. I told him that I didn't want my job and my personal life, as far as like what I have going on outside of work, as far as like community service, getting away with my job.
Sure.
Because
because
if I get a warrant for my arrest and I go to jail, guess what's gonna happen? I'm not gonna be at work.
Well, if you enter a payment plan that is low and you stay steady on it, you're not going to go to warrant.
All right. I think I'm better off.
And wait, and then if you find you have money like an income tax return, or you have money that comes in, you can pay it down and get done faster, but it's not like we charge interest.
Okay.
What day of the week are you paid?
I get paid every other Monday, but it hit my the direct deposit hits around like 8:00 at night, so it'll probably be around Tuesday.
So every other Tuesday you're going to pay $20 starting. Oh. Are you paid this week or next week?
Next week.
Okay, let me check my calendar.
My wife said she'll be able to pay some today.
Okay, so can she make a $20 payment today?
Yes.
She can't sign for this though. You're going to have to come in and sign for it. Can y'all make it over here?
Yes, I'll make it over there.
Okay. And in the meantime, you want to disclose when you come in, update your income information because you didn't tell me she was working.
Oh yeah. She just barely got a job. And one more thing, that form that they filled that they sent me on my email, I was trying to fill it out. I don't know if I had to print it out and fill it out, or because it wouldn't let me do it online.
Okay, so you can fill that out when you get here today.
Okay.
We'll have all of this up at the front desk for you. Okay.
Okay.
And just come in, we'll update that form, we'll start a payment plan.
Okay.
And what'll happen then is you can pay it off earlier to get done.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. That'll be at
Sounds-
the front window.
all right.
Around what time should we look for you?
When it's around lunch, around 12.
Okay. All right. That'll be waiting for you. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez.
All right.
Okay, Ms. Warren and Ms. Garza. And I'm just pulling up Ms. Garza's information. And we have the single offense of parking without a placard in the handicapped. Do we have any agreements on this case?
No, Your Honor, we are headed to trial. There are some things that I need to review. But
I'm
at
sure
this
you-
juncture, I have let Ms. Garza know she needs to appear at her next hearing.
Okay, when is that next hearing, court? Okay, that's April 21st. We'll see you in a couple of weeks, Ms. Garza. I can tell you that I know Ms. Warren will check on the things that she needs to check on before then, but we will still expect you to be there. You
Okay,
call
and
the
what
day.
time is that?
3 o'clock is your time.
I'm sorry, what time?
3 o'clock is your time, and it's on the paperwork we gave you before. Okay?
Okay,
And make sure you get that information to me before that date, well
Okay.
before the date, okay?
yep, I'll get it to you today.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Okay. Ms. Warren, moving you forward, and I have the right list out. We are moving you, Deborah Good is your next person to talk with. Ms. Good, you'll receive an invitation to go talk to Ms. Warren, and we'll see you afterwards. Come back in the meeting, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, looks like she went. Okay, and then I'm moving forward then with Colleen Brennan. Ms. Brennan, give me a moment. Let me get your case pulled up. I will ask you to unmute. Thank you. And I will, yes, good morning.
Good morning.
And let's see, we have a speeding charge. It is all the way from January 30th of 2017. I don't yet have a plea on that charge. Did you understand the pleading options of guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Yes, ma'am, I understand. I did not know about this. As far as I knew, I had paid that ticket. I had went to go renew my license yesterday and just found out about this.
Right, we don't have that you've paid that ticket.
It was through like a thing afterwards that you pay, like it was like $400 something to like
Yeah.
proctor and whatever.
Do you have a receipt?
It would be through, I would have to try to get in touch with, because it's so old, I tried to get in touch with my Discover card yesterday for them to look for it. But they said because it was years ago that they would need time.
So when we receive payment, we literally can't do anything but apply it automatically, especially at that time. The
It was
system we
through
were
like
using,
Braggs
listen
and
carefully.
Allen.
I'm not going to argue with you. Just listen carefully what I need to let you know. In 2017, the system we had would automatically have applied. No one could have overridden that and done something with that. It was one where there would be no way to go forward without it applying to the right case. You said it was from who? Alan? You'll have to unmute.
It was from, yes, Braggs and Allen, I believe it was the company.
Yeah.
Down in Austin.
So that's
Rock or something?
that's a collection company that we've never
Okay.
used. Yeah, I know who that is. And that tells me right there, you paid somebody else for something else. For us,
Okay.
we don't use them. Mhm.
Okay, but since I haven't gotten anything else and I didn't know about this, the only thing I can't afford that. I'm a single mom. I have
Right,
work
I
adults
still
and
have to get a plea from you. I'm
Okay.
trying to move you forward.
Okay,
And what
so if I
you're
could
doing
do
is
the
something else. So how are you pleading? How are you pleading to the
non-consent.
speeding charge? Allow me to finish my sentence, then you can finish yours. It's going to be important for all the rest of what we do together. How are you
Okay.
pleading to the charge?
Non-content.
No contest?
Yeah.
Okay. And on the violating the promise to appear, not coming to court, How are you pleading?
Non-content.
No
Contempt,
contest?
whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still working at Belton Independent School District?
Yes, I'm here right now, ma'am.
Okay. And are you working at trust account or is your spouse?
No, so it's not it's a trust account that was set up for my dad before he had passed away.
Okay.
I'm only allowed to take up to $8,000 a year out of it because I do not make enough money. It was supposed to be saved for when I retired, but because I don't make enough money, I'm a single mom, I get no child support. The lawyers allowed me to receive that much a year.
So you have a limit of 8,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You had put $1,500 a month, so.
Yes. Well, it comes to 8,000 a year, but I thought I had to go off the last 30 days.
Do you have children?
Just one child, ma'am.
You didn't list that child. How old is your child?
She is 10.
What's her name, please?
Kaylee Sartori, Kaleigh Sartori.
Okay. So.
You have to go, Dad.
You have 2 cars. Whose cars are those?
Yes, ma'am. So the truck is in my sister's name. She co-signed for me. I co-signed for her, so it's hers. And it's in my name though, and the other car is mine, the one I use.
But you make
So-
2 car payments every month?
So the truck is my sister. She pays for it.
That's the GMC or the Ford?
Yeah, the GMC.
That's hers.
Yeah, she.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The insurance that you listed, is that from work or is that for your vehicle?
The vehicle and my house insurance comes to $370 a month. I think it's $370 a month. It's
You
for my
put
house and
312.
car.
You put
It might be
312.
I looked it up yesterday, ma'am. I had it written down.
Right, I'm just trying to verify the differences, okay? I get to do that. Okay, you're in the Temple area, is that right?
Yes.
I can order community service.
Okay.
That comes to 43 hours. The city is one of the providers on the community service list. You don't have to pick them, but if you do, they don't have coverage if you're injured or privacy when you're out there. You might be seen doing it. Okay, we need your
Yes, ma'am.
we need your signature on the forms today. Is this
Okay.
in warrant? Okay, I will recall your warrant today.
Thank you.
And I'll give you 60 days to complete the community service. When I get the hours, I'll release your hold on your license though. So the sooner the better, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We will have for you a list of places and some instructions. The list is not exhaustive. It's just the places I know are pretty friendly to it, usually.
Okay.
I just
Yes,
found
ma'am.
out one might not be on there anymore.
Okay.
But any nonprofit under the laws of the state of Texas would qualify. And it says it right there on my form. Also, you'll have a timesheet. Looks like an old-fashioned timesheet because you're keeping track of your hours. A supervisor must sign off on those hours and initial those hours, as well as yourself. Get them turned in on time, which is no later than June 8th. Again, early means I can clear your case faster. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions?
No.
Okay,
Thank
are
you.
you going to come by to do that?
Can you email it and sign it, or do I have to come
Yeah,
pick it up?
if you
Because I
can
have like a
print it.
DocuSign.
If you can print it, no, we don't do
Okay.
DocuSign. If you can
Okay, that's
print
fine.
it, if you can print it, and
Mhm.
send it to us today, either
Yes,
by a
ma'am.
picture emailed to us that is legible or
Okay.
a
I
scanned
could
in
scan it.
thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Either will work. We
Okay.
need it today, okay?
Okay. Perfect.
Once
Thank you.
once, you're welcome. Once I see your signature, that's when I recall your warrants, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. She was in a crowded school. Joel Oakley, we can unmute. Let me get
Yes,
your
ma'am.
Let me get your file pulled up.
All right.
Mr. Oakley, there is a case pending. It's a speeding charge from February 5th of 2021. The
Yeah.
fines and costs, if you paid them, are $254. First, how are you pleading to the charge itself?
I'm guilty. I did it.
Are you in high school? Or are you graduated?
I'm doing online high school right now, and
Where through?
James Madison.
What is that?
It's a online school that's it's through New York or I think somewhere like that.
Okay. If I can see proof of enrollment, I might be able to do teen court. Otherwise, we would look at a driver safety course option if you haven't been in the last 12 months.
All right.
Can you present proof of yourself as a student to the court today?
I have to ask my mom about that. I'm pretty sure I can though, because I'm still enrolled in it and I'm still doing it.
Okay. If we can do teen court, there's a $20 teen court fee. Can that get paid today?
No, ma'am. So the thing is, I can pay. Whenever I first got the ticket, I couldn't pay for it because I didn't have a job. But now I do have a job. And
When do you get paid?
I got to go to a second interview because I didn't have my ID because it got stolen, so I had to get a new one. And now I got to call up today and ask when I'm going to do a second interview, and
Okay.
I'm going to get the job. So within like 2 to 3 weeks, I can pay.
So you're hoping to have a job.
No, I have the job. They're just going to train me in the second interview, really.
Okay. Are you wanting to do a driver safety course and keep it off of your record? He's frozen up. No, she's moving. There we go. So you froze up for a minute. Are you wanting to keep the item off your record, or are you just wanting to make a payment?
I want it off my record.
Okay, well, you have to do some things, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
What I think we could do is reschedule your case.
Okay.
So you can figure out when you could pay your $20 teen court fee.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the meantime, you'll need to be thinking about the fact that you're going to pay for a class. Okay. 2 weeks from today is April 20th. When is your interview, you said? When is your
I'm back.
interview?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. When is your interview?
It was supposed to be yesterday, but I called them and they told me to call them back whenever I have the ID, and then they'll set up a new one. So I'm gonna call back today. I'll probably get a new one, an interview today.
Okay, where is this?
True Homes in Belton, Texas.
Okay. Okay, so we'll reschedule you for April 20th, okay? And I guess what I'm going to say is, get everything done that you can on, if I've got proof of you're a student by then, get your new ID, get me that proof. He's frozen up again.
Froze again?
Yeah, you did. Mr. Oakley, you need to come by the court. Mr. Oakley,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
hear me?
Yes,
need
ma'am,
to
I
come.
can.
Yeah, you need to come by the court today and sign paperwork, okay?
All right, in Temple?
Yeah, the Temple
Okay,
Court.
the one I had to go to get the speeding ticket, or where?
Yeah, the one you had to go to when you first got the ticket, of course.
Okay, I'll be up and about today, so I'll head there and I'll sign some papers. I can probably get there within the next couple hours.
That'll work.
All right, and So for April 20th, I need to have $20 for the team court cost.
$20 and bring proof of schooling today. You can cross that off your list.
Okay, I can do that. Can I take a picture of it on my phone and then bring it and show them up there?
As long as we can get it off of that phone and print it.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Okay, we'll see you before noon, okay? Thank you. He might qualify for team court. Let's see. Ms. McReady is not in the meeting. Zachary Reed is not in the meeting. Ms. Gamboa will be the next one for Ms. Warren. So I'm down to folks who are just here for pretrial. So I'll just be doing paperwork. You'll just see me do paperwork on screen. What I will tell you is that the order we have right now, the next person to meet with Ms. Warren will be Ms. Gamboa. And after that will be Mr. Pelawata. And after that will be Mr. Castillo. We'll all just be here till we resolve everything that's pending. Okay. Show cause on McReady. No contact since March. He's missed a payment. Let me review his income information. So on Mr. McReady, while he wanted a payment plan, it showed that he is not able to meet the demands of a payment plan. We're going to change him to a community service order. I'm actually going to pull him off and send him to you, Yolanda, and mail him that. Call him and confirm that he got it if you're able. It may be that you can't, but make a note of it in the file that you did. He didn't show up, but he's a caretaker, I think, of a family member. And, you know, you never know, something bad may have happened. Let's give him 60 days to see if he can manage that instead. And then he'll go through another show cause process if he can't. Does he owe just court costs or does he owe court costs and fines? Yeah, I think I had done a reduction on him. It just comes to 8 hours. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess last time he was supposed to be on Zoom, he couldn't connect, and so he came up here and saw it first. And he requested another date.
Oh, Mr. McReady?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he can have another date to talk to me, but he said he couldn't come to today.
No. Last time he was, I think, on Zoom with you and his phone wasn't working.
Yes. Yeah. I remember that. But I mean, I don't think he's in a deferred.
I guess too.
Mhm. Let's pull his deferred paperwork and I can take a look at it. Might could incorporate that in, but if he's not going to show up for court. Okay. But the answer would be to, either incorporate it in the deferred or find him guilty and order him to complete it. So, okay. So we are with Ms. Good and Ms. Warren. Ms. Good, you can unmute if you wish. And Ms. Warren, are we heading to resolution or to trial?
Your Honor, Ms. Good did change her plea to no contest.
Okay.
I offered her a 90-day deferral and she can pay today.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Warren. No class required?
No.
Okay. Ms. Good, can you come by the court to sign your paperwork this morning?
I can. Where exactly do I need to go? The municipal building on 3rd Street?
Yes, we're on 3rd Street, kind of catty corner, if you will, across the street from the fire department where you pay your water bill.
Okay, and that's where I went originally to set this up. So do I need to call somebody to let me in? Last time I couldn't get in the door.
Yeah, there's a phone number and it says call when you've arrived and you call when you arrive. Okay.
So just go by there to pay. Okay, I'll do that on my way to
Well,
work.
it's not just to pay, ma'am. We need your signature on a document and we'll have it at the front.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Warren, your next person is Ms. Gamboa. And she's been leaning over for quite a while. I guess she's okay. Ms. Gamboa, hi. You'll receive an invitation to go to a separate room, and that's Ms. Warren will meet you there. When you're finished speaking with her, you'll come back into this room. Okay? She's a 90-day deferred on Ms. Good. There's no reduction. It's just 90 days. And I'm in the process of changing the deferred order, and it'll be one where Ms. Warren has automatically approved it. I'm hoping, and I think she's fine with it, but I just haven't run that answer down. And we'll be able to print that in here with a memo that just says, and we won't be waiting on any. Because the thing is, the things she says on the screen, we can implement them. We don't have to wait for her to fill things out. Okay, so again, Boa is next. But so back to Mr. McReady. Let's get his deferred order out and see if we have time. I'll give him time within his deferred if I can. But honestly, if he's not going to come to court, it's going to go the same direction as it's heading right now. That does happen frustratingly sometimes.
Yes, starting today. And you just need to get your signature. And then we'll go into deferred. Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so on this gentleman, Mr. McReady, here's my decision. He's already tried community service and didn't do it. He wanted payments and didn't do it. My decision at this point is we're resetting his show cause for May 6th. He's extended one more day on his deferred to May 6th. He can pay or turn in his hours by May 6th. Just send him the same thing you sent him before with 8 hours this time instead of 13, because I did a reduction on him. Send him all that paperwork. Send him the show cause reset. Let him know, highlight, can either pay or do the hours. And if not, he's going to wind up being convicted and being ordered to do the hours again.
Okay.
So maybe he can just get it done. I don't know if he's going to be willing, but he's certainly not logging in and telling me the reason he's not doing it. And he's certainly not dropping me a letter. So here's Miss Good. She's good and clear. On Gamboa, we don't have anything yet. Now, looking at the Reed case, the no-show. Here's the thing that is I don't understand, and maybe y'all could look with me and help me. On Reed, if you'll take just a quick moment, I know y'all have things y'all are trying to move forward. But on Zachary S. Reed, so he's arrested, right? And we've got the complaint. We've got the jail plea. It says, March 30th. But when I go to mail, which is where it's supposed to tell me why we bothered to schedule him, we just send him a random. We don't have any. There's no scanned in email that tells me why we did that. No, there's a jail release, which would help if it was called jail release, but it's called miscellaneous.
I don't know who scanned it in. Somebody else scanned it in. So.
Yeah, we're busy. We're going to come up with some rules on that. He apparently came in on the 30th.
It looks like he came in, and I couldn't figure out what.
Yeah.
And that's what we were trying to figure out. Why
Hey, we're gonna execute his plea. And time serve him. Apparently someone talked to him and got an email from him. And there was a discussion, but nobody made a note. And I'm really, who is M. Getz? Is that the new person?
Yes.
Melissa Getz. So I guess I will ask them to look at it. It's just a training issue. Right. He was sitting right there though. Yeah. Well, y'all did the right thing. Just schedule him and move forward because at least there was an opportunity. Okay, on the Gamboa case, do we have a resolution or are we heading to trial?
Ms. Gamboa is entering no contest pleas on both her citations. I have agreed to defer the speeding ticket. The costs, I think, are over $1,000. She cannot make the payments in 3 payments. So I did let her know that you would go over her income with her and give her whatever options she needs.
Okay, and you are, just to be clear, you're deferring on both cases or one?
I can defer them both, Your Honor.
Okay, that gives us a smaller window. Ms. Gamboa, I don't have income information from you. I don't believe so.
No, you don't, Your Honor.
So I'll need to get that from you. Do you have the ability to email to me?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Hold on just a moment. Ms. Warren, your next person is going to be Mr. Pelawata. Mr. Pelawata, I'm asking you to unmute and I'll send your phone over to that meeting. Okay. We'll see if you can have an effective communication with Ms. Warren. Means that just fine. Okay, can I get a blank payment application form? I'm going to talk with Ms. Gamboa. We have a few minutes. Ms. Gamboa, I think I might be able to do this verbally with you. Give me just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Sorry? You'll just have to scan it the right way. Okay, so ma'am, I'm just going to take your statements orally, okay?
Okay.
Raise your right hand, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you swear or affirm that the information you're providing is true, correct, and accurate, so help you God?
Yes, I affirm.
Okay. Are you working at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you work?
I work for Allen ISD in Allen, Texas.
And what's your position there?
I am the secretary of Boyd Elementary.
And what is your take-home pay and how frequently are you paid each month? Are you just paid once a month?
Once a month, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what's your take-home pay?
My take-home pay is, trying to think of my last,
Are you salaried or hourly?
I'm hourly. I'm at $19.35 $1,935 a month.
Okay. And besides standard deductions and so forth, are they taking out money for dependents? Are they, taking out money for insurance,
Yes.
child support, anything like that?
Yes,
Okay.
the insurance, life insurance, health.
Okay.
The health.
Are you single, married, separated, or divorced?
I'm single.
Okay. Are you the only income to your home?
Yes, ma'am.
Any children living in the home?
No.
And I'm going to review your bills with you. Do you own, rent, or have a rent-free home?
No, I rent.
Okay. And what is the amount of your rent?
My rent is $11.89.
And do you get any assistance or help with that rent?
No, I don't.
Okay. And your electric bill is normally roughly, or is it included?
My electric bill roughly now is 53. $53.
Okay. And your water bill?
My water bill is roughly about $13.
Do you have a phone bill?
I do. I have a phone bill that's $198, but that's because I also pay my help my father with his phone bill.
Okay.
So it's two phones.
Okay. And then do you have a car payment?
I don't have a car payment. My car is paid for. I just have the insurance.
What's your insurance?
My insurance is $195. I just paid $195 last month. It stays about $195
each month.
Yes.
For the car.
I have a Kia. Well, I have a Kia, and then I have a Pontiac Grand Am. Both are liability, and for whatever reason, the Kia is high. I've searched around, and the Kia insurance, I don't know what it is about the Kia.
Okay. Probably it's newer.
Well, it's a 2011, so yeah.
Okay. What do you think you spend on fuel each month?
On fuel, I probably say about no more than 50 to 60, depending on the gas.
Okay. So, and you are not living in the Temple area, right? You're over in Sanchez?
Yes, I just moved to Saxe a year and a half ago from Garland. Saxe, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to approve the deferred dispositions. Okay. And I'm going to order community service, which you can do in your community. At any nonprofit, it must be a nonprofit, but otherwise, any nonprofit. 63 hours will complete both cases.
How many hours, Your Honor?
63.
Okay.
63.
Okay.
Satisfies the $1,258.50 balance.
Okay.
And I need your signature on the deferred paperwork this morning, so I will email that to you. If you can print it and sign it and scan it back to me, that's great. If you can't scan it back, you can photograph and email the photograph back of the signed paper. Okay?
Okay. And I'll email it back to the email address that it's coming from?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll approve that deferred. This is ready. And we'll get that over to you in the next hour or so.
Okay. Thank you so much, John. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Ms. Warren, and it looks like Mr. Kawawata is.
Yeah, he's on the phone, so I didn't know how to instruct him on how to get back into the courtroom.
Yeah. And I can't, it won't let me send him.
So what I told him though is that there's no offer based on his history, and he either needs to comply or appear at the next setting.
Okay.
So I could go back into the room and just let him know to appear at his next setting.
Yes, I believe that's his final pretrial is May 19th at 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right. So,
he'll need to be there. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell him that. All right, I'll be right back.
That works for the court. Thank you. If you want to, when I see him leave, I'll just move Mr. Cerdijo over.
Okay, I'll stay in there then.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Castillo, I'll ask you to unmute and go ahead and ask you to start your video. Thank you. Mr. Castillo, you're going to receive you'll receive an invitation to meet with Ms. Warren in the breakout room. And I'm waiting to see Mr. Pelawata leave that room, which should be any moment now. I'll give it a moment and then I'll send you there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you'll receive that invitation.
Just push join.
Just join. Mr. Pelawata's still in there, but he needs to leave. So just join and sit and wait for her to address you. She'll be very quick. Okay? Okay. Castillo, he's just got everything pending, I think. Well, no, he's got a no contest on his. I see where you labeled them. Thank you. And everything not labeled is pending, right? And then it would just, is he on time with his payment plan? You ought to see when we get back to live court. It's 80 people.
And then you're gonna click on the little time clock, little clock. Yeah, he's due April the 2nd. April the 16th. So he's on time.
Okay.
Yeah, you can just. As long as they do the first, just. And then we'll just continue to do her community service paperwork. Because she's doing community service. Cambodia Ward.
Oh my gosh.
No, because otherwise it'll print the same documents out, but you're gonna, so you're gonna, yeah, you'll just write it on. Unless if you wanted to do it on these other documents and put both of the case numbers on it.
Officer Enriquez was involved in an accident this morning. He said he's okay. The driver just left the road and hit him head on while he was parked by the side of the road. I think the driver fell asleep. Mm. Okay. One moment. On the Castillo case, I know we have a number of cases, and he has actually several cases in payment plan already, and he's on time with that plan. If I may hear from the state?
We are headed to trial on the cases, Your Honor.
Okay. And these are everything pending?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Castillo?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Your next court date is a live court date here in the courtroom.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just pulling up that information. It is May 19th at 2 p.m. and we will see you then. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll remove you from the meeting. Ms. Warren, I appreciate your time this morning. Very efficient
Okay.
morning. And
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank you.